Good day, guys, and welcome back to another Motivational Monday video. I hope you guys enjoyed last week's video that I posted. And I just thought last week I spoke about choosing what's right for you. And I just thought it's fitting to continue with that topic, basically. And last week I spoke about me being in matric and choosing to do what I felt was right for me back then. And this week I want to encourage a youngster. Um, I was after matric, like I explained, my parents got divorced and whatever, and I remember that I really wanted to study, but the reality is not all our parents have the knowledge of studying and where to go and how to do it, and the logistics that and I remember I didn't have that way. My parents told me, after when you're done with matric, you can go study to become a social worker at CPUT or UWC. That was never on the table. We never spoke about that. So what happened was when I was after I matriculated, I think I was at home the next year for a few months, not long, probably like 2 months for the most. I was at home and I got my first job because I know I had to help my mommy. Um, I got my first job. I went to work, I think at the bakery somewhere in Epping, just to earn a dollar or two, not for very long, and then it came your holidays, and I was very committed to holiday programs, doing scripture union during the school holiday. And I remember I left my job and I went to do holiday club. Very passionate about it. I went to do holiday club, and I remember being on holiday club and my mommy called me. My mom said, "Sister, you must come home. You must come home because you're starting to work tomorrow." And I was so bummed. I was so disappointed. But I didn't have a choice. I didn't have a choice. Um, and I had to come home. I had to leave everything, and I had to come home, and I started working at ShopRite, I think. Is it ShopRite or Pick and Pay? I can't. I think it's Pick and Pay. And I went to work because I had to help my mommy. I did that. I did that. Not long after that, I don't know where I worked, but I ended up at ShopRite eventually. I ended up at ShopRite. I worked with my mommy. Now, when I worked at ShopRite, I used to get paid weekly, and that money I used to give to my mommy just like that. Yeah, just like that. And all I got was every day I got lunch. But now the lunch I used to get wasn't the lunch that my mommy put in, like the bread and whatever. So she used to buy me like a wrap, which was like 20 Rand at ShopRite. Or she used to buy like bologna and rolls for lunch. And that was it. That's all I wanted. And all I got of my salary. And obviously she bought toiletries for me and whatever, whatever. But I was okay with it. Until a certain time came, I was like, you know what? This is not this is not for me, man. This is not where I see myself. And I made a decision. I made a decision to leave my job. I made a decision to leave my job, and I went to go study. I told my mommy, you know what? I've been doing my best for you. Now it's time to choose myself. And I went to go study at College of Cape Town. Now, guys, this is me choosing to do things for me. I went to go study at College of Cape Town, and I didn't know where the money was going to come from. My parents didn't have money to pay for me for my studies. I didn't know how I was going to get to the campus every day. It was me going in blindly, me trusting God completely. I went, and I remember I was so stressed. I went to register. I didn't have registration fee, nothing, yellow. I filled in for a bursary, and it was giving weeks, no response. I think after the first month, you had to pay a certain amount. Your registration fee had to be paid, otherwise they kick you out of the program was now. And I was so stressed, and I remember just like 2, 3 days before the last day, the cutoff time where you had to pay your registration fee, I got the email saying that I was accepted for the bursary. I got the bursary. Guys, I was over the moon. I was over the moon because obviously I went in there and I was like, how am I going to do this? Where am I going to get money? And the bursary covered everything. The girls' bursary covered the fees, the transport. So I didn't have to bank on my mommy for money. Um, uh, that is, guys, that is God. I mean, I was stunned. I was in awe because I went in there and I said, Lord, I just want to do this for me. And this in return, God said, you know what, my child, just because you put your trust in me, you put your faith in me, you're so sorted. You are sorted. I'm sorting you out. And that is just how God is, man, guys. That is just how God is. And this is not the end. I went to study at College of Cape Town. It was supposed to be a year and a half program. After the first year, we then received the news that the program changed. The curriculum was outdated now, and I wasn't going to be able to become a grade R teacher with the certificate that I am about to obtain when I finish the course. And a lot of students, they left the college because they're wasting their time, and obviously it was a waste of time. But I had a bursary, and I was like, God came through for me, so I need to stick through. I need to stay here, and I stayed. I finished my year, not my NQ level, NQ, my native course. In six, I finished my N6. And then after that, you must not need to do your practical for a year and 6 months but you must find your own creche or ECD center. And I did that. I did that, and I found the ECD center, and I did my practical. Well, I found a job, and I also told him, I explained to them that I'm going to work for you, but it's also me doing my practicals. I need to take pictures to put in my portfolio of evidence and all of that stuff. I said, no, it's fine, whatever. I did that. I finished the portfolio, everything, guys. And after my portfolio was done, I decided to leave the creche due to things that was happening there that I wasn't very happy with. Um, I said, I don't agree with what you guys are doing, so I need to leave. But my portfolio was done. My portfolio was done. So now, when your portfolio is done, you submit it and you get your diploma in grade R. Why then I was going to be a teacher? No, guys. Know what happened? I submitted my program, my portfolio to the principal of the creche, and I said, guys, you need to sign my register so I can submit my portfolio. Yeah, we're going to do it. Don't worry. What. I left. Didn't sign. I phoned him, guys, please, you're delaying my opportunities. You need to sign my stuff. Yes, we're gonna sign. Guys, the people never signed. I asked for help. Everywhere I called them, I went to the creche. I went back there. Nothing. I spoke to the principal of College of Cape Town. I spoke to her. I asked her, like, what can I do? She said, there's nothing you can do. They need to sign it. If they don't want to sign it, there's absolutely nothing you can do. I left the College of Cape Town that day after speaking to the principal in tears. I was broken. I was broken because how can they do this? Like, how, just because I left, some persons, they wanna pull it dirty. How do you do this to someone? And I left. And just like that, guys, I didn't receive my diploma in grade R because they didn't want to sign it. But that didn't stop me. No, it didn't stop me of reaching my destination. I was determined enough to continue. I chose me, and I applied at the University of Western Cape. I applied for years, guys, no lie. I probably applied for I think 4 years. I applied, I was working at Funbon, I remember. I applied. And then after 4 years of applying, I got the email saying I was accepted. Guys, and by the fourth year, I was like, you know what? Let's just apply, but if it happens, it happens. If it doesn't, it doesn't. I don't feel anything anymore. And I got the email saying that I was accepted. It was so confused because I was like, and I don't know, is this the right thing? Am I saying what I... Anyway, I was accepted, and then I started studying at UNISA. And I started studying at UNISA. I remember I was working at Supreme Finance Finbon, and I said, guys, I need to leave here. I can't, I'm now studying teaching, but I'm working in the finance field. I need to find something in teaching. And I remember I left my job, another faith, just moving in faith. I left my job and not knowing where I was going. I applied at creches, ECD centers. I applied at schools, but I decided, at the end of this month, I'm leaving. I'm gone, and I did that. I left. Guys, you won't believe me. I got a phone call the Thursday. I finished the Friday. The Thursday, I got a phone call from Grooteskeer Primary School saying you have an interview on Monday. Isn't that God? Like how, man? How even? The Friday, I'm finishing the Friday. The Thursday, the day before that, I get a call to say you have an interview on Monday at Grooteskeer Primary for an assistant job. And obviously, I was like, I shared with everyone at my workplace. I was like, I don't believe this. And, this is just God. And what even. Went to the interview, guys. I was so nervous. I had to walk. I think I walked for about 30 minutes to get to the school because transport was a bit of a issue to get to Grooteskeer Primary. But I walked, it was not gesweet, it was warm, warm, warm. I remember my hair was frizz, I had a maroon peplum top on and a skirt, and I walked for this interview. Got to the school, ik sit daar heel nervous because I don't do well with interviews, guys. I hate interviews. I sat there and eventually it was my time to go in. And here I'm sitting with a panel of people. Oh, I mean, ik is al klaar nervous al. Like, how do you do this? I'm sitting there with a panel of educators and hooggeleerde mense. And me, just, I sat there and I answered the questions and I just tried to be my authentic self. And not long after that, I think a week, just over a week, I got the call to say that I got the job. Yalla, if you now don't believe in miracles or blessings, then let my testimony be that for you. Faith, believing in the unseen. God really does come through. And they called me and they said that I got the job. Now, mind you, I didn't know what I was going to do after resigning. I moved in faith. I moved in faith. I knew that God was gonna come through. I didn't wait on him to say, you know what, here's a job for you. So resign and then you fall. No, no, no. I moved in faith. And I had to make that decision. You know what I mean? I had to decide I am leaving here because I want what's best for me. And God did the rest. God did the rest. So you need to choose yourself. Guys, job opportunities are not going to fall into your lap. You need to get out there, go for it. Go for it. You need to get up and decide to do something about it. I want to work at Absa Bank. Take your CV, walk to Absa. Can I speak to the manager? Here's my CV. I don't know what it is, but I really enjoy work. I would really love to work in the bank, even if I start as a cleaner. You need to do something about it. Start somewhere, guys. Don't sit and wait for something to come your way. Choose yourself, choose your happiness, choose your destination, choose your destiny. You know what you want in life. Work towards it. Don't wait for someone else to open a door for you. Don't wait for a friend to say, oh, ShopRite is now. No, 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 no. Go for it. Do something about it now. Wake up in the morning, take a taxi to town with your CV, throw your CV in wherever you want to be, like wherever you see yourself. Apply for that studies, even though you don't have the finances. Apply in faith. God will do the rest. So, guys, I really hope that this video blessed someone today. This is just part of my testimony that I am sharing. I really hope that this video blessed you and this video encouraged you and motivated you to once again choose yourself. Choose you. Ciao.